Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of a Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. If you don't have the information you need, well, good luck, guys. Investing is hard. And when you go and try to do your homework and you have people that are biased and they have an agenda, and you listen to people, unfortunately, that just want to tell you what you want to hear so they can pump their bag and pump their channel, guys, that's not a way to invest. So this is a great call out to all the people that have been lying to you. Now, if you know anyone that disagrees with me or you disagree, well, hit me with the facts and I'll correct it in a video. I'm not here to debate to be right. I'm here to debate to be correct in my thinking so I can stack the right bags, hopefully, and build a powerful portfolio and capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history. That's why I'm here, and that's why I started this channel. I want you guys to be successful. I got you back, guys. Now, this is not financial advice, but this is a call out to the people who've been lying to you. So if you've been listening to someone that contradicts what I'm about to make statements about, call them out, guys. You owe it to yourself. Have them come on my show, or I'll go on their show, and we'll get to the bottom of who knows what, who's been doing their research, and who just doesn't have a clue, or who's been flat out lying to you guys. I got you. Let's get into it. The number one lie we hear constantly is that the banks are buying massive amounts of XRP. Well, that's just an absolute lie. I'm not even going to get into how to prove that because it's very simple. Go to Ripple's website, watch how ODL works. Ask anyone to explain it to you that understands ODL and how Ripple's business model works. Banks source XRP through Ripple and they lease it. That's it. And Ripple stores the XRP for them. Ripple still owns the XRP, and Ripple charges them multiple fees and leases their escrow XRP to the banks. And if the banks decide they don't want to do ODL in the future, well, Ripple just keeps their own XRP. They get it back. It is a beautiful business model, but it is not positive for the XRP token holders. It's positive for Ripple, who uses the escrow as cash flow. Now, prove me wrong, guys. Now, the number two lie that we hear constantly is about the buyback. The buyback has zero, and I mean zero, chance of ever happening. Now, I'm not going to get into the hundreds of ways and reasons why it doesn't, because here's the deal, guys. First of all, the Fed has no reason whatsoever to even think about a buyback. But even if they could, they can't. They don't have the authority. The stars would have to line up so many ways, even for it to go to, I would assume, Congress to do the buyback. But there's no reason whatsoever for them to do that. As it sits today, here's what we do know, and we don't have any proof that I'm wrong. The Fed has not read the buyback. Why would they? They have acknowledged that they received it. They haven't answered, and there's never been a conversation between the Fed and Jimmy or anyone else about the buyback. Why would anyone waste their time reading something that they didn't ask for that has no merit? Well, that's enough of that, guys. But I'm telling you, the buyback from the Fed can't happen at any price. And now think about it, guys. Even if you had an interest and you came to the table with good intentions, would you sit down at a table that told you XRP is worth $120,000. That's what the new buyback price is now, last I heard. Well, guys, we're not having an adult conversation if you're not going to start with an adult number. Anyway, the only chance of a buyback, and this is a chance, and guys, unfortunately, this is probably a 50-50 chance. If Ripple loses this court case, the only chance of a buyback is a court-ordered buyback that Ripple has to buy back what they sold to the XRP community. Now, that is a conversation that we should be having that actually could happen. I don't think it will, and I hope that it doesn't. But to think that anyone is going to sell their XRP for $100,000 to the Fed, guys, come on now. You're smarter than that. All right, and prove me wrong. The third is that XRP is going to be backed by gold. Guys, I don't know where they come up with these bizarre things. And I know a lot of people think, oh, anything can happen. Guys, we're not talking about how I could become president. Hey, anything could happen. I could live to be 150 years old. Anything can happen. That's the type of conversation that people are having when they say XRP is going to be bought back by the Fed or that it can be backed by gold. But I'm not going to dive into the 100 reasons why it will never be backed by gold. There's no one to ever make that happen. There's no entity that could. But I'm just going to give you the answer to Matt Hamilton, who is a XRP developer, and he used to work for IBM. And he basically was quoted in Twitter saying that is not a possibility. It can't happen. So I'm not going to argue with someone that actually worked on the XRP ledger. We'll just leave it at that. Now, what's the fourth thing? The fourth thing is, and hold on, I can't read it. The fourth lie that we hear every day is that XRP is going to be the world's currency. Guys, come on now. You're smarter than that. First of all, it wasn't created to even be a currency. It's a cross-border mechanism. It's a bridge mechanism. And it cannot be a world currency. First of all, the world would have to agree. Why would they? It can't happen. But no ifs and buts about it. The number one reason that can't and will not happen is because, guys, even if America loses its dominance of the world's currency, whoever picks up the slack, whether it's China or Russia or whoever in 25, 50 years, they're going to want to print money. You can bet that. Now, that might be a different conversation in 25 years. I don't know. But in our lifetime, unless you're young, maybe a newborn, there's no way that the dollar is going to lose its grip on the global currency. And it's definitely not going to lose it to XRP. It can't happen, because if it happened in the next 10, 15 years, America couldn't print money. And if America can't print money, we can't pay China or all the corporations around the world, like the Saudi government, and where we get our oil, or Russia for that matter, when we're not at war with them. We can't pay those bills. So the whole world would have to crash. And trust me, America's not going to sign up for that. And China would fight tooth and nail not to let that happen. Because if we go belly up, China goes belly up. So I don't even know why we bring up that tangent. So prove me wrong, guys. Now, here's the last one. We're going to talk about numbers. Now, a lot of people talk about, $20 XRP, $50, $100, $1,000. We've got to the point where people really believe that $10,000 is just the price point where you start thinking about selling. Now, I'm going to throw some numbers out at you of why it can't happen. Why XRP, for instance, in the next, say, 25 years, why it will not hit, let's just say next 10 years, because in 25 years we could have a war or something crazy, or hyperinflation where the Fed just prints double the money flow every single year. Something bizarre like that could happen. But realistic terms, we're going to talk about $1,000, just $1,000 XRP. And I'm going to tell you how it can't and why we know 100% certainty that it can't happen and it will not happen in the next 10 years. All right, here's what I want you guys to wrap your head around. Ripple owns 50 billion XRP. Now, that's not even calculated in the circulating supply, and that's a whole nother tangent that we should talk on, because it should be calculated, in my opinion. But I don't want to get off on that. But I want you to think about this, guys. Let's just say tomorrow morning we woke up and XRP somehow pumped overnight to $1,000. Now, because Ripple owns 50 billion XRP, its value would be more than Apple, more than Tesla, more than Amazon, more than Walmart, more than Coca-Cola combined. Think about that, guys. So really, you think that Ripple overnight in the next 5-10 years is going to be more valuable than 5 or 10 of the most powerful corporations that have been around for 30, 40, 50, some of them even 100 years, like JP Morgan? You can throw them in the mix. Ripple's going to be more valuable than all those. It's not going to happen, guys. Now I'll tell you what else isn't going to happen. You can't take $250. $250, you've been stacking XRP, say at 25 cents. That'll buy you 1,000 XRPs. If it went to $1,000, that makes you a millionaire. Really? Okay. You better buy a lottery ticket. I don't mean to burst your bubbles, guys, but the reason I own XRP and I think it's a great risk-reward trade, it's because it is a good trade. But for me, and I'm not ragging on Ripple or XRP, Ripple is one of the best business models I've ever seen. And if you can get involved with that IPO, I highly recommend you consider that. Now, none of this is financial advice, but guys, I'm here to tell you that Ripple is not going to have more value in its tokens that it basically created and has no money for the most part in it, and they're going to turn that in to trillions of dollars. It's not going to happen. And guys, that's just at $1,000. That's not 10x that. So you 10x that, it would be worth more than the top 100 corporations in the world. That's not going to happen, guys. So when you look at it like that, it starts to, make sense why it's not going to happen. I hate to bust your bubbles, guys, but again, I'm calling out anyone. I challenge you to prove me wrong. I say all this with love, guys. I do this so hopefully you'll make good decisions and you won't be stacking the wrong bags. Again, not financial advice. If you want to throw your life savings in XRP and listen to all these lies and believe it, hey, I hear you, guys. I hear you. I wish you the best. But I really hope that you'll get focused, learn about tokenomics, study Ripple. Quit listening to people. Don't listen to me. Study Ripple. Study tokenomics. Study how their escrow account works. I made a video on that recently, and I'll leave it in a link down below. But guys, the more educated you get, the less money you're going to start putting into your XRP bag. That's my guess. And again, I say all this with love, but I am so tired of hearing people act like they have your back and that they are there for you when they're absolutely lying. Now, granted, some of them just don't understand finance or tokenomics or math. They just don't get it. But a lot of people have no interest at learning the truth. Now, I'm going to say one more thing and I'll let you guys go. If you follow anyone, in my opinion, of anything to do with investments, and they spin everything into a positive and they never tell you the risk or the downside, guys, stay away from people like that. You know, I got a financial background. I used to work for Bear Stearns. I used to work for a corporation where I was a futures and commodity trader. I traded coffee, sugar, cocoa. I've day traded. I flipped real estate. I've done a lot of stuff. And every wealthy person I know, 100% of them, when you talk to them about investments, they've heard millions of sexy stories. They always ask, what's my downside? What are my risks? That seems to be opposite in crypto. And I just don't understand it, guys. You know, we're not talking about, you know, just throwing pocket change into something and seeing what happens. I'm not having that debate. These are real investments, hopefully, that you are making, and you're trying to literally change your life. I get that. And that's why I do so much research and I give it to you guys. I'm non-biased. Again, I don't debate to be right. I debate to be correct in my thinking. And once I get that thinking correct and I find out that information, I pass it on to you guys because I want all of us to win, but we can't do it with bad information. If you appreciate this research and this call out, please, guys, subscribe and hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit me with the bullets. But guys, I'm telling you, take this video, share this video to whoever's been lying to you and make them back it up, and they can't do it. I say all this with love. That's all I got for you guys. Come back and be part of this community. Take care.